players out there to participate in competitive esports.
I don't know how many spectators will there be, but I'm pretty sure all of us will get nervous. So I think we need to be mentally prepped for that, and we just have to play as a team.
We just got one simple message for you. I hope you're ready for us.
Gonna drop to the deck. The rest of the defenders want Lucario coming in though. Can they hold them off? Rings and bound pop, I can't see. It's just an absolute chaotic team fight here. But there's no fight to be had. There's no shot. No Lucario will be your Asia Pacific champion.
I love the confidence there, Dupes next. They're saying no matter how dire, we are gonna win this thing. I love to see it.
You might have noticed on their jerseys, no Lucario, formerly known as, now Orangutan. Look at them getting ready. Maybe sending out a couple social media tweets letting people know we about to get underway and kick this thing off for Pokemon Unite.
I really doubt that they're throwing out some tweets right now, but wow, what if they were? What if everyone's down here letting them know that they're about to play the first game of these World Championships right now?
If their team video was any indication of their confidence level, they're slinging tweets right now. Guaranteed.
I think so.
Guaranteed. Look, they all have their phones up. They're all tagging each other. Guaranteed, no question.
They are ready to go right here. They're getting set up for what could be, I mean, the biggest start without question of their professional career here in Unite.
Yeah, but absolutely. Standing in their way, Revenant Esports from India. Let's take a look at that squad. I'm eyeing down Crowley, a person with tons of on-stage international experience as just a gamer. And of course, one regional final first place finish. They're anchoring that team pretty hard.
Revenant Esports, our big question mark. Will they be able to beat the best of the best? Let's take a look at some of Revenant's backstage action.
To survive, and he will not. This is not good for Ascension.
Revenant ke Hoopa bhi is on fire.
Hello, we are Revenant Esports. We are from India and we are very excited to compete at Worlds. Being the only team from India, it's not that much of pressure, but it's actually cool because we get to represent India alone and there's not like a second seed or something.
I'm kind of excited as well as nervous in front of the people. It's obvious because it's my first time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will be watching, and a lot of us are playing the LAN for the first time. So, a little bit of pressure is there, but excitement is more. The strength of our team is like we come from different MOBA games and we have like a lot of experience playing solo carry roles in different games. So I guess that would be our strength to like perform in like new situations, like out of the box things. I'm very excited how we perform versus the Japanese and the Korean teams. See how our meta fares up against a different region.
Back from Dragonite और यहाँ पे base भी वापस आएंगे पूरी की पूरी Revenant की team base गई है full heal की आई है यहाँ पे Eccentric के लिए बहुत problem होने वाली है I don't think they can come back from this. They are making a statement to the world.
All right, Revenant Esports getting ready down there on the big stage. By the way, what a beautiful stage, Dupes next. They don't let us walk it enough. They shoo us off there pretty often, but not these pro players.
Well, no, not at all. They're getting set up. They're ready to go. We're taking a look at the stage right now. But let's take a look at Revenant as we were just eyeing them down the line. And I'll tell you what, that team video made it very clear. Crowley is their leader, and everybody falls behind them, and it's going to be up to Crowley to hard carry here and really set the tone. With that stage experience, bring these other players along, and I can tell you he's built confidence within the other four players.
Without question, if there's any player to do it on Revenant, it is Crowley. I mean, this is such an exciting moment right now. We've been talking for so long about what's going to happen when these regions all get together and finally decide who the best of the best is. And right now, we've got Revenant from the India region, Orangutan from APAC. I just cannot wait. And we're heading into our first game.
I thought we were going to have more time, but we are right into it. Listen, if you're Revenant Esports, you're in the position you want to be in. You want to be asking the questions. It's up to all these other regions to bring answers. There's no footage on them. Nobody got to study Revenant Esports, and now they're going to be throwing things in like Crowley back on that A9, carried them through the regional championships. You kidding me? Omen locking in a Talonflame? Are we starting off this squirrely this early? Let's go.
I cannot wait to see what this is going to bring. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the most exciting matches of Pokemon Unite that have ever existed. These are the World Championships. Our first game of the World Championships. This is going to set the tone for the rest of this weekend. I just cannot wait, dude.
I'm just gearing up to say stuff. Wraith, out of Venusaur jail, they found the sword in the 2 months between the regional championships. Both teams with good levels to secure. Dragonite on one side, Talonflame on the other.
Talonflame is such an exciting pick. I mean, I feel like you don't get to see it enough, but when it takes to the sky, it can secure any objective around. Dreadnought, Zapdos, Rotom, even some big enemy KOs. So that is a really cool pick and something that I think a lot of teams would probably not expect, and that could be the difference maker here.
Yeah, when you take a look at Talonflame, it can do its objective secure at a distance. It doesn't have to get into the fray. Oh, we're in the action. Here we go. Omen in the central area, and so is KST. That Dratini is going to try and evolve real quick because that's how you take over the game if you're Orangutan.
Here we are, Orangutan, your purple team, Revenant Esports, your orange team. The first game of the World Championship starts right now. I think that Blissey, woo, just almost not making it out of there.
Just barely get. You know what these teams are hungry for? The first KO with the Pokemon Unite World Championship Series. We might see it now. Crowley's getting low. They bail out. Wraith not willing to chase. Wraith on the Blissey getting in, locked in. That Venusaur is on the wayside. Here comes the sword. That Honedge getting it done. Omen willing to chase down. They're willing to engage, but KST is here, babysitting the squad while they're getting the points, and Omen can only do so much. They're a squishy little Pokemon.
Wow, huge fight right at the top here, even before our bees are spawning here at 850. We've got two Zarenas fighting over it right here, and they're just trying to take as much of that experience as they can so that they can evolve into Serena.
Both Blissies on both sides, and that's a very rare sight as both are getting kept from getting above here, but they're trying to engage 3 players there. Nova gets caught out. They engage with the Wraith. That's a big stop by Solo, trying to chase it down. They catch the perfect reset.
Let me tell you, this sword is just making the woo, shing, 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 slicing everybody. I'm looking for these massive KOs. I never thought I'd be so excited for a KO, but these are huge and the first ones of this championship.
Solo goes down to this arena. Here we go. That's not the first KO that they're going to see this weekend, and certainly a great one to get right there.
Here we are. We're about a minute away from the first big objective in this game, and that is Dreadnought. We're going to see how these teams react to it. Obviously, they need to get evolutions for all these Pokemon. They're being kept at their early stages here, and it's going to be hard to fight. Great secure there from Orangutan.
Crowley being held down onto the Alolan Ninetales. And if you're Orangutan, there is one thing you know about Revenant Esports, and that's the strength of Crowley as a player. And that's a great way to keep them from taking over the game, keep them from evolving.
Take a look at this here. I mean, look how far we are into this game where they are not evolving here. Orangutan feels like they are just dominating right now.
Wraith's going to babysit Nova's. Nova's just trying to stack here. Can they get it done? No, they've got 30. That's going to be forever to score that. Hyper Beam falls wide, and now everybody's on the chase as Nova's just babysitting their goals on Omen with a big time engage. They're using Brave Bird today, not Fly.
Here we go. Now, this is such a big moment for Orangutan because they have been able to secure that huge evolution on Dragonite. And as they send it down here to this bottom path and get ready to fight on this beach, they definitely have an advantage with that massive Hyper Beam security.
All right, well, we've got a Dreadnought on the horizon here as Solo's getting to score 30 up top, no problem. And that Dreadnought's on the map.
That Dreadnought is on the bottom map. We actually have a double KO here. But here we go. We have a pause right now, so they are working on possibly some issues that they are having down there on the floor. But what an incredible start here, Doobsnacks. I mean, fighting all over the map, and it really looks like Orangutan is in a very good position here at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever's going on, we want to make sure that the competitive symmetry across the board is even. This is the Pokemon Unite World Championships. No excuses on technical basis want to be done here. We're going to get this thing sorted out, and we're going to tell you, that we got more matches coming up.
Absolutely. We've got a lot more coming up here. And of course, I mean, the most important thing is that these matches are done correctly because we need to know who the very best is. As you can see, it's a storm of tweets right now from both teams. It's time to get on social media and let them know that that they are playing here in the World Championships. And it looks like we're actually going to be restarting this game.
Yeah, not too sure what the hang-up was there. I did kind of see the Blissey downstairs not move around the map too much, perhaps a concern there, but it doesn't matter. we're setting this thing up. We're doing it right. We're getting everybody sorted out. We're remaking this lobby. Picks will probably remain the same. Picks will remain the same as game one. And, you know, we resolve the technical issue and we get back into it.
Yeah, they're going to hop back into the action right here. I mean, I've got to assume that this is an interesting moment for both of these teams because the big rush of nerves and energy that you get with that first game, they just experience it. Now, in some ways, they're being thrown right back into the fire, and we're starting that game one all over again. But in other ways, that's kind of nice to be able to ease yourself into this first game.
It's like a nerve reset. You were nervous. Boom. All of that has been expelled. How nervous can you get in the next 2 minutes?
That's right.
Right?
Well,
we're going to jumpstart this game. I mean, I've been nervous the whole time.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm shaking
excited,
my boots over here.
I'm nervous. I cannot wait to see what these teams do. I mean, my heart's racing, but if they ran up to me and said, hey, there were technical issues, we're running this back from the top, I'd say, okay, let's go.
Look, that's just more action for you and I to talk about.
Yeah.
And we both love Pokemon Unite. So, hey, for us, it's a little gift.
It is. It's a little bit of a gift. And it might be a gift for these players. That's going to be an interesting thing to see is if something changes at the top of this match here that we maybe didn't see at the start of last game.
Well, they certainly know what the lineups are going to be now, which changes maybe what path you go to, right? Do they want to go like a 1-1-3, 2-1-2, stick with that? That's the options that they actually have kind of at their disposal.
Your strategies could actually change up just right at the start of this game here, noticing what your opponent would do, but they could be doing a counter of their own. I mean, all of a sudden, you could just be flip-flopping around and you're right back to where you were.
So let's take a quick consideration here. Crowley getting kept off that Alolan Ninetales. Let's talk about the action we did see.
Yeah.
Crowley kept off the Alolan Ninetales. They need to solve that problem. I don't even know if you send them into the central area just to get one of those easily wild Pokemon to get that level 4, guarantee it, because that is an instrumental part of their game plan.
Yeah, without question. I mean, that Pokemon is so dominant early, and the amazing thing about it is as soon as you hit level 4, I mean, bang, you are ready to go. You're on fire, ironically, given that it is an ice-type Pokemon.
Exactly.
But you are ready to go. And it being gate-kept and not getting the experience it needed is actually a huge detriment to that Pokemon.
Yeah, you have to give a huge credit to Wraith the Aegislash, the Hoopa down in that bottom path. They were keeping Revenant Esports absolutely anemic the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what they're going to bring into this next game. I wonder how aggressive that Aegislash is going to be, because that was so aggressive on Wraith, just pushing, picking up massive KOs.
Well, let's take a look at these two teams here that are squaring off. And of course, Orangutan at the top of your screen, Revenant Esports at the bottom. Crowley's the person we've been highlighting a lot, but Omen is also an absolute mutant in AOS Island.
Yeah, I mean, they just have so many great players here. We're taking a look now at Orangutan. I mean, Wraith, just as we talk about all the time, it just feels like you can't talk about Orangutan without talking about Wraith. They are a playmaker, massive KO potential.
Yeah, they really lean on Wraith to take over the game, but KST on that Dragonite to secure those objectives. They both have equally important roles in their own rights, and it's up to Solo, Air, and Ice to do what their roles are, which is support those two players in their quest to take over the game on the KO front and take over the game on the objective secure front.
Let me tell you, Ice is a player to watch. They are around every single big objective. Let's take a look at Team Revenant Esports right here. As we've been talking about a lot, as you saw in our package, Crowley, I mean, just such an incredible player to watch, but don't sleep on any member of this championship team.
No, they were really showing out. It's, you know, it's crazy they were talking about the bottom path and how Orangutan was really kind of taking that over. But in the top path, all Revenant Esports. You could see the Blissey in the top path didn't get to evolve either. So while both ends had Blisseys just on opposite sides of the map, could not get to that chance. Or excuse me, where Chanseys could not get to that Blissey.
Chanseys could not get to that chance. I think works as well. And take a look at this. Our teams are loading in here down on the main stage, and it is beautiful here at Pokemon World. This place is massive. It is crazy to see it. If it looks incredible at home, you have no idea how exciting it is to be here in person.
Little thing I like to point out is both teams laughing, having a good time. They understand things happen, but they're just excited to be here and ready to play. I saw Zexal actually lean down, look down the pike, almost directly in the camera, and they were just in stitches, and absolute stitches.
I mean, it's an exciting time. The nerves are there. The excitement's there. I feel like I'm giddy and laughing. Hey, did you notice it says London behind them?
London, baby.
London, baby. And we are here in London, England for your World Championships. Take a look at this.
I'm just so impressed by this stage. And actually, if you're looking at the stage while these players are playing, they actually have face cams that are populating onto that big where it says Orangutan and Revenant Esports, which for those of us that are watching from here and that are in the arena, it's just another big it's like
a spectacle.
It's a spectacle. It's a staple of esports as you know it, being able to see the player reactions as they're playing.
Yeah, it's so incredible. I asked for them to put our faces down there, and they said absolutely not.
I even wanted me to just a picture of my face in like one of the telephone booths, just so we're like kind of behind.
Yeah,
like a Doctor Who type thing, but they didn't go for it.
There were pictures of you and I spread across this entire stage.
Well, we put them up.
We put them up.
To be fair, we put them there.
Oh no, it was definitely us. And let me tell you, we got a stern talking to, and those were all taken down before our broadcast.
Which is a bummer. We have extras here just in case.
We've got extras. We've got more.
Whenever we're on break, if you see those popping up all over the place, just know it was just Jake putting up pictures of me, probably to try to frame me up. But you know, whatever. We're gonna get it done.
We're ready to go here. We are almost ready for this first game. This is just. It's so incredibly exciting because, you know, something, again, that we've talked about so much, Dupe Snacks, is what is going to happen when you take a team like, let's take what we're looking at right now, Orangutan against Revenant. These teams who have maybe played together, maybe had some scrim matches together, but never really put it down, never did it for everything here at the World Championships. It's just so exciting.
Well, as people like to say, scrim stocks are always high. I don't think you can chime into any team and have them say like, "Yeah, scrims are going awful." Like everybody's like, "Yeah, we're winning every game, of course." So it's really hard to really gauge off the scrims, but at least it's good experience. You can kind of get shades of what you might see in the big event. But let's talk about again that preview that we got to see of the new map that's coming to Pokémon UNITE.
Yeah, let's take a look. Brand new map. Every time I see it, I just cannot wait to play that map. I'm so excited.
It's a beautiful map. I saw some Acelgors out there, a couple Bunnelbees. I mean, I think even in the background there where we see at least a Magnemite statue. Definitely caught a Magnemite statue. I mean, that map looks good. And of course, Rayquaza.
Rayquaza there in the center. I mean, look, we have only known Zapdos. Well, actually, for a moment, we knew Articuno.
Articuno, too.
We knew Articuno for a moment, but essentially, that big yellow bird has been the objective in Pokemon UNITE since day one. And now, finally, there's something new there, and I know it's going to affect the game in different ways. I just can't wait to see how it works.
Say Sky Ruins is definitely a place I'm excited to be. We've seen the new map. We've got Revenant Esports, Orangutan. Let's take a look at Orangutan one more time to give you a real feel of the confidence level they've got going into this thing.
I mean, take a look at them taking pictures here.
The pride of Indonesia at this point, making it happen for No Lucario. Gets the dunk in as well.
Solo's always late.
He says he's almost done and he's on his way. So is he almost done or is he on his way? He's late, in game, out of game.
Hurry up lah!
What time already?
Oh, we wait damn long for you already. We are Team Orangutan, formerly known as No Lucario from the APAC region. This is Aerie, KST, Wraith, Ice and Solo.
Our team has undergone a special curriculum to think about how we can actually win this tournament. No matter how dire the situation is, we'll always be looking at the positive side. I'll keep telling myself that I'm better, I'll do better, and I'll win it all.
Alright!
if or when we win, I hope that it can inspire all the other female players out there to participate in competitive esports.
I don't know how many spectators will there be, but I'm pretty sure all of us will get nervous. So I think we need to be mentally prepped for that, and we just have to play as a team.
We just got one simple message for you. I hope you're ready for us.
Gonna drop to the deck. The rest of the defenders want Lucario coming in though. Can they hold them off? Rings about pop by KSD. It's just an absolute chaotic team fight here. But there's no fight to be had. There's no shot. No Lucario will be your Asia Pacific champions.
What a group, what a group. I really want to run down there and get in on some of those group photos, but I don't know if they're going to let me.
They said they thought they would be nervous and they have to get their mental ready. They sorted it out because, like I said, they are on their personal phones doing some stuff. They're taking selfies on the stage. They are hamming this thing up while they're there, and you can look at that, just laughing across the board. The positive energy is all over the place for this Nor Lucario, a.k.a. Orangutan.
Orangutan just looking great. It looks like they were playing great, too, at the start of that match here, and I know they are antsy to get back in there, but spirits are high, and you're right. I think the mental is really incredible. Let's take another look here at Revenant.
Look at that.
To survive, and he will not. This is not good for Ascension. Revenant ke Hoopa bhi is on fire.
Hello, we are Revenant Esports. We're from India and we're very excited to compete at Worlds. Being the only team from India, it's not that much of pressure, but it's actually cool because we get to represent India alone and there's not like a second seed or something.
I'm kind of excited as well as nervous in front of the people. It's obvious because it's my first time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will be watching, and a lot of us are playing the LAN for the first time. So, a little bit of pressure is there, but excitement is more. The strength of our team is like we come from different MOBA games and we have like a lot of experience playing solo carry roles in different games. So I guess that would be our strength to like perform in like new situations, like out of the box things. I'm very excited how we perform versus the Japanese and the Korean teams. See how our meta fares up against a different region.
Back from Dragonite और यहाँ पे बेस भी वापस आएंगे पूरी की पूरी रेवेनेंट की टीम बेस गई है फुल ही लोग की आई है यहाँ पे एसेंट्रिक के लिए बहुत प्रॉब्लम होने वाली है I don't think they can come back from this. They are making a statement to the world.
I mean, we're taking a look at that again. I got a chance to have a little conversation with Crowley a few months ago, right after they won the India Regional Championship. And I'll tell you what, their thoughts with all the information they gathered, they put themselves as at least a top 16.
That's huge.
Top 16, which means they're definitely getting out of this group stage, and they've got some work to do tomorrow as well. But you think about that, they have all the information from all the other regions, way more games played, which means that they are batting with more information when they go in, and that's the conclusion that Crowley came to.
I mean, I think they are a massive team. They're one of those teams that could be the real Cinderella story. You know, one team from the India region could come in here and win this whole thing. One team, one tournament to qualify, and maybe a first place here at the World Championships. You know, something I love that they said is that when they came from some other similar games, they all played sort of that solo carry role.
Right.
So they're all used to throwing the team on their back, wearing that backpack, and carrying their squad to victory. And at any time, any Pokemon inside Pokémon UNITE can do that. We've seen Blissies win entire game. They say they're support, but they seem to KO everyone. They seem to steal that Zapdos. So any player on that team could carry the whole squad.
It's called workload levelization, Spraggles. That's how you make sure it's just spread it like peanut butter across everybody, and that's a great spot to be if you're Revenant Esports. And of course, the India region has all of their weight behind this team. They have a great community, and all of them believe in this squad and have thrown all their faith into them, and that's got to be a sign of reassurance for the squad itself that's here representing that region.
Well, let me tell you, watching the regional finals from India, I mean, they were just such a dominant team.
Absolutely.
Watching those grand finals, Revenant was on fire, incredible. It looks like they couldn't be beat. And I wonder if we're going to see the same Revenant here today. There's so many great teams we're going to see, though. Of course, we talked a little bit earlier about, you know, sort of the EU giants, nouns. Like, can anyone take this team down? We talked about Secret Ship from Japan. There are just so many massive teams, and I feel like a kid in a candy shop getting to see them all go up against each other. And I'm eating a lot of candy.
Well, who doesn't like candy? Got tons of it under the desk here for us when we're off camera.
Everything below here is candy. It's all candy, and why wouldn't it be?
Well, I mean, we have candy-esque suits. I feel like if you were to materialize candy into suits, this is probably what they would be. And we're just getting word, and we're standing by for the draft, which means we're on the horizon to get this thing underway again.
Here we go. We do have candy-like suits, but at the same time, I said this a little earlier, I think we might be villains from Dick Tracy. A little bit.
Whichever way you want to cut it. I mean, those are the same.
However you want to look at it, I think we look great.
What if we are villainous Dick Tracy candy stripers?
I think so. I think that works.
Okay.
I'm hearing from the booth that that doesn't work.
That does not work. Okay,
Fair
draft
enough.
is good. Let's get into the
Here
action.
we go.
This is what I'm talking about. Of course, like we said, they're locking in the same characters. What do you think that the Talonflame opportunity here is to try and take over the game?
Well, I mean, it's really interesting because Talonflame is one of those picks that I feel like puts the enemy team off kilter, and now they've already dealt with it a little bit, but we don't know what on the technical side was happening right here for Revenant Esports. It felt like they were very behind near the start of that match, but heading into this here, I don't know. This could be a totally different story.
Oh, without a doubt. One thing I saw was Muscle Band, Focus Band, Razor Claw on the Dragonite, which is not normally a held item loadout that we see too often.
Yeah, that's true. I personally love critical hit items on Dragonite. That Pokemon has high critical hit chance already. And Razor Claw, every time they're using that Dragon Dance to build up their Hyper Beam, they're getting extra damage when they hit with their basic attacks. It's actually an amazing combo.
Absolutely. And one other thing I noticed, Wraith is going to be trying to be stacking in that bottom path, assuming that's where they go this time around, of course, with that attack weight.
Attack weight's such a huge item here on Talonflame. And here we are. Orangutan, your purple team. Revenant Esports, your orange team, the first game of the World Championships.
Here we go. This bottom path, they're putting pressure. Swifty on that Hoopa going to try to engage early. And Crowley already level 3, and that's where they were stuck in that game 1. Zexal getting pressure. They have to retreat. Wraith and Airy doing real good on their HP bars as they're looking to contest this Audino.
I will say this looks just like the last match. I mean, so aggressive here from this Hoopa and Aegislash. They're looking to take every bit of experience here and make sure that that Ninetales does not become Ninetales and stays a little Vulpix there as they need to run out and get away from this ice. Oh no!
Wraith is on the chopping block here. Crowley's going to try and find an option, but that's a good little chunk of HP coming back their way, and they're going to be able to stand as KST rolls down and bullies Revenant Esports back into their goal zone.
Ooh, here comes Omen. It looks like for a second there we were about to have a massive fight in that bottom path, but everyone backed off for a second and said, no, hold on, I want this to be a Blissey, I want this to be a Ninetales, let's wait for just a sec.
Well, this Bees are going to be very contested because both teams really want them, and we're going up top here, and Ice is trying desperately to secure to get a Blissey evolve into a Blissey here. Swifty keeps them off of that, and Solo gets chunked by an Astonish as they're bullying them very hard. Swifty doing good, they're kind of caught out. Solo on the chase.
We do finally have a Blissey here for Orangutan, and it looks like one for Revenant Esports as well. Both Hoopas on both sides of the board here doing an excellent job of stopping the other team from evolving for so long. And look at this, talk about stacking that attack weight. There is Omen, that's a stack.
They're trying to chase down Crowley. Crowley's low, is it going to be the Blissey? It does, that hamburger helper mid coming down getting that KO. Zexal's the next one on the chopping block. They get evaporated by the Hoopa Airy, and now they're pushing the goal zone because they're down right now, believe it or not.
Here we go, 4 on 2 in this bottom path. Sword coming in doing some work right here, trying to take somebody out before it needs to back up, and here comes that Talonflame.
Get in there, KST's going to try and retreat. Omen's coming in, Crowley with the support. They're going to chase down Ice. They each get one, and Ice is on the chopping block here. They're trying to pursue them in. They went straight for the score. Omen did. They're going to let him off the hook and let Zexal run in, take the other berry, and now Ice is trying to hold this thing down in the face of 3 by themselves, and they get KO'd, absolutely dusted. You want a bad Omen, you just caught one. That's another KO for the Talonflame.
Wow, huge plays there from Talon. Not only did they get multiple KOs, they also stacked up that attack weight so huge, which is I mean, for Talonflame, it's one of the best Pokemon to run that held item on. It just means everything it does is going to be so much stronger.
Solo coming through for that opposite central area here as they're trying to posture early for this Dreadnought that's coming in a couple seconds.
Yeah, take a look here. We've got a Dreadnought here in 10 seconds. I mean, it feels like the fighting has been non-stop between these two teams as we see Solo actually scoring here, but they're in a bad spot.
No, they get absolutely dusted, and Dreadnought's going to be on the map. Revenant Esports rotating hard, and they're going to get there first, despite the hoop on the other side. They're going to try to melt this thing. They just got to bubble out ice. Here comes Ari and KST. KST's going to have the ability with the Hyper Beam to try to take it out, but they're going to try and catch a reset here as they get dusted before they get the reset here. Talonflame putting their team on their back, but now Orangutan's pushing forward, and they're trying to find a way in, but they can't. The double A takes it with an absolutely clutch play. The Dreadnought goes to Orangutan, but Revenant Esports is trying to catch the bodies with hard resets all around the world.
Wow, take a look at this, and this fight is still going on. It looks like Sarita's running in here, trying to take the, yes, it's gonna double KO here for Solo, fighting back here at this bottom path. The sword is coming in, just slicing everyone apart. This fight is still going on.
Solo going for the double stunts. KO streak of 2 for the Aegis Slash. They're trying to work through it as they're trying to put pressure. It's just Nova holding it down.
Whoa!
KO streak of 3 with the big time Unite move. That sword finding 4 heads, 21 Savage.
Wow, what an incredible fight there. You know, Orangutan coming in there with that massive steal. They were able to get that Dreadnought Wraith on that Aegis Slash, and after that, they cleaned up that fight. What a huge swing there. It looked like Revenant had that all sewn up.
Great rotation by Orangutan, and it's a 4-on-2, and that's too easy. Zarina taking out their counterpart. Omen with a big Unite catches 2. They're on the backside. Blissey Unite comes through for the save on Wraith. Wraith is going to be able to engage on Exo. Exo's not going to get out. Of course, KO by the Blissey back on them, as both players from Orangutan are already working on Rotom, and that's sending that right in the face of Revenant Esports. Orangutan has taken over this game on the back of Dreadnought.
Revenant Esports right now needs to take a second, get their heads back in this game, because Orangutan is running away with it. We have another massive fight. They're planning on pushing in this Rotom. We have Unite moves coming out. Hoopa actually bringing the entire team in here. Here comes Sword.
Oh, that Dragonite falling from the sky. That ain't Mary Poppins, baby. They're going to try and do work. KST's coming through. Zarina getting another KO. 4 players now for Revenant Esports, and the only reason the Hoopa isn't dusted is because they're playing in the bottom path.
Wow, what an incredible fight. Orangutan up right now, 324 points to 103. They're up on experience, they're up on objectives. I think they might be in Revenant Esports' heads right now because they are running away with this first game.
They already have 2 level 12s, 1 level 11, and the Talonflame is just level 11 side. Zarina getting the big time Unite on Solo. They're going to try and KO them before they reset. The Blissey